Hello, welcome. My name is Teresa Alabada and I am the Powerful Paradigm Shifter. I haven't done videos in a while and I'm just suddenly inspired to do a sequence of them. So here's the second one I'm filming in the same day, hence same outfit. And today I feel like sharing how astrology has been a great tool for me to develop more understanding and acceptance of personality and generational differences. Um, my life with astrology really began in the third grade when I first learned about Egyptian mythology and the concepts of the afterlife and reincarnation. Um, for, for some reason, in my history class in the third grade, that whole belief system and way of seeing the world really resonated with me, and I went down a rabbit hole of mythology, and that obviously led me to Greek and Roman mythology, which are essentially the same thing, and the zodiac signs. And also at that time, my family life was very tumultuous, if you can imagine. So I am a Scorpio sun. My late father was an Aquarius, and my mom is a Leo. So it's it's like all the fixed signs in one house, stubborn, um, you know, strong willed and different and having different values and different priorities. And when I learned about astrology, it helped me to understand why I just kind of felt um, stressed out in my family life and in certain friendship dynamics and stuff. And um, when I learned about how Scorpios, are curious and mystery and are investigative, I'm like, oh, this totally makes sense because this is why I'm studying astrology. And when I learned about how Aquarius people are really cerebral and very independent and also curious, but about the greater world and humanitarianism and just sort of just kind of more outward focus, that helped me to understand why my dad seemed so emotionally distant to me. That's how I perceived him. I used to think he didn't care about me because he wasn't as expressive like my mom. He wasn't as passionate and obviously directly communicative about his feelings. He was very much introverted, introspective, but also really thoughtful and philosophical and intellectual, which I appreciated. um, but my mom being Leo, her love and the way she supported me was made a lot more obvious to me because Leos are super direct and open and proud, and they tell, they're just openly they share their feelings, they share what they do, they're very proud to share what they do for others too. And my mom did that. And so I was it was very clear to me how much my mom loved me because of how leonine she is. But it was less obvious with my dad. And I think he's also from the silent generation, so for him it was more about, I think, actions and treatment more than being very obviously verbally expressive about his feelings. And yeah, astrology really helped me with that, and learning also about the deeper aspects, getting into the different planetary and luminary aspects with your moon sign, your Venus Mars sign, and then even the more generational aspects like the Jupiter and Neptune signs. I was born with both Neptune and Jupiter and Venus in Sagittarius. So then and I think a lot of people in my generation also have the Neptune and no, not Jupiter. I'm sorry, Neptune and Uranus in Sagittarius. Sorry, as well as a Venus in Sagittarius. And I think a lot of millennials in my generation have the similar Uranus and Neptune aspects, and those are freedom loving. They love options. They're curious. Sagittarius is about higher education and kind of travel, foreigners, that being a good thing, like a lucky thing. And I think it's interesting how when we millennials were in our heyday, in our 20s and 30s and stuff, like solo traveling was big, being a digital nomad was big. um, and as a kid, I remember like higher education being very highlighted and aspirational, and we like school was very competitive. It's not like it is now, where I feel like it's just more about like getting the numbers for funding, and that's just like a university, like, I don't know, like governmental systemic issue that is like beyond me, and I'm not going to get political because I'm not a politician and I'm not going to try to be ever in my life. But just from an astrological perspective, it's sort of interesting how different things were valued. And I am honestly not like an expert astrologer either. But there are like just different aspects that are of value in different generations, and I think learning about them really helps us to create more tolerance, and instead of like judging each other by like generations or personality, like, oh, that sign's always like that, or oh, that sign's I don't know, like always two-faced or something, like people say with Gemini, or that generation, like the millennials, are lazy and all this kind of stuff. And of course all of that could be true, to a degree, but um, like absolute statements are never going to be 100% accurate and accurate or relevant to 100% of the people in that group that is being judged. So it's not fair. And at the same time, I think understanding like how different personalities have different kinds of like potential leanings or psychological preferences, I don't know if that's the right word, based on their astrological blueprint, can make it helpful. And it's a lot deeper than just the sun sign. Like, I'm a Scorpio, right? But people never guess that about me. But does that make me more Scorpion? Being like, not so obvious. I don't know. But there's more to me than just being like a Scorpio sun and having Scorpio stellium. Like, my ascendant is in Taurus. So, I think like the way I generally dress, kind of fits into that. I'm not trying to fit into like the Taurus ascendant or Taurus rising vibe, but I like comfortable clothes. I prefer that. And most people who meet me, they actually don't guess that I'm Taurus. They usually guess that they know I'm a water sign. So I'll get like Cancer or Pisces a lot. Or because I'm very nerdy, and when I'm interested in a topic, I can get very animated and like bubbly. I actually get guessed to be a Gemini a lot. Which is very interesting to me. I don't have a lot of Gemini aspects, but I do have my Chiron in Gemini, so I mean, there could be something there. But there's just like so much more to it. And then like, like my moon is in Aries, so emotionally I'm like super direct and get to the point, and I don't pull any punches. And then yeah, Venus in Sagittarius, so I really like travel. I really like foreigners. I really like different things and learning about different cultures and traditions and ideas. And then my Mars is in Capricorn, so I'm really good at research, and I'm patient and thorough when I'm learning about something that I'm really interested in pursuing, in terms of like goals, job, ambitions. So there's like, we're all multi-layered. There's more to life than the sun sign. But every aspect can teach you a little bit more about just different personalities, psychology, philosophy, different values and priorities people have. And that's just very useful to have in life, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what you're going to run into in life, and in your interactions with other people, with other groups, and like groups from different generations. And I think it's good to learn those things, to be more adaptable and have more peace of mind, and not just be judgmental and upset that, oh, why are they so different from me? Oh, why don't they value the same things I do? And then hopefully in understanding those differences, we can just like see the bigger picture, and I don't know, just like find a way to be more collaborative, more cooperative, in a way that is considerate of everyone involved. So I just randomly felt like sharing that thought, and I hope you found some interest and value in that. If so, please like this video, share with anyone else you think would be interested in, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.